CCTVs around the world happen to capture some mysteriously chilling encounters, terrifying sightings, and haunting incidents. From spookiest to creepiest, hang on, as here are some of the most shocking discoveries caught on CCTV cameras. FRESNO NIGHTCRAWLER. The next eerie clip shows some strange alien stick-like creatures walking in the middle of the forest. Look closely, the ape-like creatures dressed in white are actually called night crawlers, caught by the security cameras above Fresno and Yosemite National Park. According to legends, these demigod creatures living in the Yosemite area are lurking there even before the dawn of humanity. But no matter how cryptid they look, some people think they are super chill and that they are the real protectors of the forest. Flying cat. Two cats sitting on the side of the porch. The road is empty and everything seems quite normal. Well, wait until the spookiness begins with one of the two cats, who seem to be bothered by something, turns its head and looks in confusion before it suddenly jumps up and, did you see it? After reaching the stairs, the cat kind of vanishes into the air while flying like a dot of spooky light. Was it some sort of a spirit or a shapeshifter? Many claimed it to be a trick of perspective, as the camera glitched just when the cat reached the pole and moved away. But other than that, the mystery of the flying cat remains the same. Half dog, half human. After reporting terrifying sights of a mysterious half-human, half-dog-like creature, residents of Limpopo in South Africa were quite terrified. The shocking clip, despite being blurry, features this strange figure walking on four legs among other animals. The only difference is that it doesn't completely resemble any of the animal species out there. It seemed to have a hairy head with four long, thin legs, so that it's odd about it being an animal? Well, among many theories, one of them suggested that someone who might have been abandoned as a child was forced to be raised with animals, hence acting up like one. Cat and ghost friend. The spooky CCTV footage shows a cat named Moggy Topsy being stalked by its ghost feline friend. And upon checking out the video, the two neighbors were surprised to see a cat-shaped spectral figure crossing the frame in front of two parked cars with a ghostly outline of a cat that seemed to appear out of thin air behind the pet. Well, after digging into the mystery, it turns out Topsy's owner had another cat, Licorice, who recently passed away, and another one called Tilly, who disappeared around 6 weeks ago. So is this see-through ghost could be Tilly or Licorice? Ghost teasing dog. This eerie footage from a home security camera shows two dogs kenneled at home alone. At first, both the dogs seem to be barking at each other. But a moment of twist occurred when both fell into silence, as the collar of the black dog abruptly pops open and falls to the kennel floor. Wait, did that happen for real? Quite frightened, the dog sniffed the dog and retreated to the back of the crate. Someone suggested that the collar might have got caught on one of the bars of the metal crate, causing it to come loose. Let us know if you think the same. Dog playing with shadow dogs. Where dogs being playful in the middle of the night is okay, Jake DeMarco was petrified to see his dog named Ryder playing with a shadow dog in the backyard. The chilling CCTV footage shows a transparent white doggy figure chased by Ryder, where Jake had no idea how it got here in the first place, because with an 8-foot-high fence, it's pretty impossible for any dog to hop inside. However, there's only one subspecies capable of such supernatural powers. So, was that a ghost dog for real? Zombie deer. This next CCTV camera features a mysteriously crazy deer, frantically running in circles and falling over on the street, as if something is wrong with its legs. The moment it tries to get up, it falls again and again and again. Although it looks quite eerie, some say the poor deer is under the influence of some mind-controlling parasite that's been deteriorating it from health. Hence, it feels trouble while walking. But on the contrary, a number of people believe the deer is possessed by a long-lost crazy spirit who's acting up quite weird. But is that possibly possible to have a possessed deer? Let us know in the comments section below. Woman defends herself. Waiting outside the home to have some nice dinner, the CCTV footage caught a leopard hidden as the woman walked in with a stick to get some fresh air in her veranda. Unaware of what's lurking there with the glowing eyes, the big cat waited for a couple of minutes. But as soon as she sat down, the big cat carefully moved forward with one step at a time before getting into action and hopped up on the poor woman from behind. Fortunately, the woman had her stick as she hit the beast with it while fending it away for good. Man dancing with tornado. What do you expect from a skate park? The usual skateboarding, right? But the CCTV footage here shows something eerie as the man started to move in some smaller circular motions, gathering the wind around him. And within a few seconds, a brief round of cyclone was seen hovering around him as if he had summoned it. Totally possessed by the winds, the man, while circling wind, reaches to the side of the building. The roof of it tore apart, dispersing it into the air. While this seems quite impossible, the mystery tornado man looks alienoid, as if he's meant to cause destruction. Invisible creature attacking. Straight out of the security cameras in Russia, the unsettling video shows two young soldiers being on their guard duty when one of them gets smacked by invisible force in the middle of the night. The unknown figure immediately got on the soldier before he could even know what's happening with him. Anyways, when his buddy soldier came to the rescue, the same thing happened to him while knocking him down on the floor. But since he wasn't much hurt, he got up and vanished from the scene as soon as he could. Dog destroying car. This car was perfectly parked along the roadside in Saqqara, Turkey, when a pack of stray dogs decided to inspect it quite ruthlessly. The scary CCTV footage shows a pack of some 15 to 20 dogs sniffing and barking around the car while trying to dismantle it from back to front, which is quite uncommon for the dogs living in countries. So what made them aggressive enough to rip a car apart? People viewing the footage believe they are some sort of crazy spirit shaped up into dogs. Because in no way a car parked in solitary can be filled with Scooby-Doo snacks, right? Monkey carrying knife. Besides being heavy, bulky, and strong, what else can you make powerful? Turns out this monkey from Uganda just knew the answer when it decided to carry a knife along. The clip is from Bodongo Forest Chimpanzee Tour. When the tourists were terrified of this huge primate, not only carrying a huge knife, but using it quite frantically to smash on something. Well, while explaining this bizarre behavior, experts conclude that animals, especially primates, tend to observe human activities more than humans tend to observe them. And just like that, this chimp learned how to use a knife for an added protection. Creepy figure. On November 1st, 2021, Corey Fletcher, living in Minnesota, US, heard his dog barking at something. Quite confused and scared because his dog only barks at things right outside their home. However, barking at anything as if it is disturbed was rare, so Corey went outside. But there was nothing. The dog kept barking, and Corey decided to check the home security cameras for clues. Well, the guy froze in horror as the terrifying clip showed a translucent white figure moving past the house in a very spooky sighting. Could it be a shadow of something, or do something way more fishy than that? Monster on peak. Once a hungry capuchin monkey from Chester Zoo got quite aggressive as it climbed up the 20-foot tall pole to snatch the food mid-air. And with one swift hand, Ketchit managed to get a seagull right out of the sky. But that wasn't just it, because after grabbing the poor bird, it started to slam it by the head and kept doing so around the side of the wooden sole. And when the poor lifeless bird fell down the pole, the brutal primate went down to chomp on the leftover insides of the bird's carcass. Perhaps a Sasquatch. In another spooky incident, a giant, bulky, human-like figure was seen walking near Washington mountain passes. The mysterious footage shows this strange creature walking calmly when it sensed as if someone was watching him from behind, and it kind of turned to make sure nobody was watching. Was it one kind of secret mission, or it doesn't like to disclose its identity yet? Anyhow, how many of you think it could possibly be a Sasquatch? Because that non-human body structure does not seem quite usual. Baby dinosaur. A mysterious creature darting out of nowhere was caught on camera. But what is it? A bird, a reptile, or some other alien species? The footage is from April 2021, featuring what many claim to be a baby dinosaur on the loose, hopping all over the town to find a safe shelter. Running at quite a speed with a long upright tail, many are convinced to believe that it could be a dinosaur, while others are still trying to figure out the mystery behind this alienoid creature. Fox walking on hind legs. Is this some newly discovered mythical creature or an extraterrestrial being? Upon zooming in the CCTV footage, that couple was shocked to see this alienoid fox with both of its front legs missing. The shocking footage shows this two-legged fox walking around on its hind legs for food in the lawn in Ilkston, as if nothing is wrong with it. But what could possibly cause this? Well, turns out it could have been a genetic disorder or a birth abnormality, as the fox showed no signs of injuries and seems to do fine otherwise. Monkey invasion. This car was securely parked in the middle of the park before a huge herd of monkeys decided to rip it apart. Well, if you dare to park at the monkeys' territory, that's exactly what's going to happen. The spooky clip shows monkeys hopping up on the car and into the luggage, while each of them tries to pick out their favorite items, and didn't leave it alone until each one of them got something of their choice. Strange animal. These guys, while passing through the streets of India, stumbled upon a creepy figure in the middle of the night. The video shows an unknown species of animal, or might be an alienoid figure, walking backwards. But as soon as the bright flash of light lit up, the creature started to run frantically and disappeared into the darkness of night before they could even figure out what it was. However, upon zooming in the clip, it turns out the animal-like creature is carrying another one on its back, which, according to some people, appears to be a brown hyena carrying a zebra from its jaws. Shape-shifting UFO. Somewhere out in the sky, a strange object was noticed flying. At first glance, it looks like a strange blob of cloud, but wait until you see it changing into different shapes one by one. If at one point it looks like a floating jellyfish, then within no time, it looks like a narrow beam of light. What is this shadowy shape-shifting kind of thing? A UFO or some kind of strange ghostly figure? Anyways, one assumption after disclaiming all mysteriousness suggested it being a reflection of an aeroplane's window. Let us know you feel convinced by it. Bigfoot on mountain. A big, dark, shadowy figure was spotted walking among the snowy peaks of the mountain near Provo, Utah. Judging by the looks and size of this creature, it has a dark fur coat, and it seemed quite huge. Where a huge bear can't seem to walk upright on its hind legs, it is impossible for an orangutan to live up into the mountains. So is it really the legendary Bigfoot hiding up there? Clouds floating on street. Spotted in the USA, the mysterious sighting shows huge forms of numerous cotton candy-like clouds lurking around an empty street at night. Not sure this unusual scenario is an outcome of some kind of weather phenomenon, but it sure looks scary. Also, locals around the area reported that these blankets of clouds, besides looking spooky, emit a pungent smell, leading them to believe that they could be toxic too. Chupacabra on road. Somewhere on the side of the road in Northern California, a strange dog-like animal was spotted. Judging by the looks of it, the mysterious animal, besides looking starved, scavenged, it has a thin, skeletal body wrapped around brownish-gray skin. Well, it obviously does not like usual stray dogs. Some speculate the poor thing is nothing but a starving coyote, but a number of others think it's a real-life chupacabra hunting for some juicy goats. Tasmanian tiger. Where scientists are trying to genetically bring the extinct species of Tasmanian tigers, somewhere in the village of Nepal, a similar creature was spotted in December 2022. The clip shows a skinny dog or wolf-like animal with striped skin and a long bushy tail roaming around the area while baffling the onlooker with its mysterious appearance. Speaking of which, Tas tigers are actually marsupial, which looks like a mashup of several species. But since the creature appears to be shy, it suddenly hides into the bushes to avoid being hunted or otherwise get kidnapped. But is this really a Tas tiger we are looking at? Animal circling around car. Surrounded by hundreds of ducks, a car was blocked in the middle of the road with a number of other vehicles stuck behind it and unable to move any further. The video shows a sea of ducks stretched on the road around a white vehicle moving around the car and not letting it move an inch. However, it is unknown why these duckies decided to take over the car with their bizarre circular movement. One of the experts claimed it looks like each duck is just following the one in front of it, leading them all in a circle. Goats took over town. This next unusual clip shows a herd of goats taking over a deserted town center, roaming on the streets, eating hedges and flowers from gardens. Well, while it all seemed quite strange, what are these Kashmiri goats doing here? Are they trying to invade the town, thinking of making it their new home, or just having a casual visit? However, after digging into the details, it turns out the chilling encounter is due to lack of people around during the coronavirus lockdown. Slender Man. If big spiders fascinate you, then keep on watching. The fighting footage shows a massive spider crawling over from one huge building to another, with 4 of its long legs poking into the windows. Is it a Slender Man, an alienoid spider, or some sort of bizarre spider mutation with a huge amount of toxins present in its fangs? Anyhow, where this Russian beast spider is portraying many souls with its horrifying appearance, many tend to think it's just another hoax. Today's open discussion points towards this alienoid figure spooked by the sudden rays of illuminating light as if it's being caught. The creature seems to have a skinny skeleton sort of body with hollow eyes. But what on earth is it trying to do? Well, according to research, some say the eerie figure is a skinwalker, while others claim it could be a nightcrawler. However, it turns out this suspicious humanoid creature was caught under CCTV camera installed in a farm while trying to suck the life out of animals. But before it could even do so, the cameras got him red-handed. But do you think you can even mess with things? That too, without any superpowers? Bear stealing dumpster. How much greed would be too much greed? This brown bear, when failed to get inside the dumpster, decides to steal it instead. The video is from marijuana dispensary in Lyons, Colorado, featuring the bear's crafty quest to get some food as it moved the entire dumpster. It first attempted to open the dumpster, but since the animal was heavy enough to get inside, it decided to take the whole thing with it before it got caught. Looks like someone in the wild is going to have a grand feast. Fish from the air. Is it possible for a tiny fish to damage a car? Let's find out! The bizarre footage from Virginia, US shows a fish falling out of the sky and slamming into a parked vehicle. Do fish really fly? According to neighbors, it sounded like a weapon shot, after which they came over to investigate and were baffled to find a fish. However, after watching the video of fish falling down onto the parked car and flopping over the lawn, some say it could have been dropped by a bird that was seen flying at the beginning of the video. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.